Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
And welcome back in. It is the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio home, the Ravens 93.5 The Beach. I want to thank our sponsors, the Original Green Turtle. It is the Original Green Turtle's Ravens Wrap Show. Also the folks here at the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, where we're broadcasting from the Ravens Room, home of Ravens Roost 44 here. Give yourself Also want to thank our friends at Bud Light, FlyLady.net, the Ocean City Golf Club, G&G Outfitters, Ravens247.com, the Comfort Inn Gold Coast, and JCTickets.net. Mike Bradley, Bruce Laird, Bobby Vermillion, and John Garrick on the panel once again this week. And guys, as we start to kind of put the wraps here to the victory for the Ravens 24-10 over Indianapolis, Billy Cundiff, he had a left calf muscle that he injured Thursday, missed some practices, but he was able to play for a decent amount. Sam Cook came in, had some kickoffs there towards the end. Wasn't really asked to do a whole lot. I mean, he had the one, I think, kickoff or touchback, but then other than that, he had kicks to the goal line or maybe kind of short to the 10. Our cover game is not the best with special.
Bruce, when you missed two
teams,
the week before, do you appear on the injury list?
I was was there something to that?
I would have had a fever or some magical thing because no one was slipping on that football field. I know it was windy, but the field was, no one was slipping. You saw the whole thing. And, and give John Harbaugh a lot of credit. He stood up for his guy. He said the footing, the wind, it was bad conditions. Billy had a bad day.
I didn't see wind.
I love Billy. He just had a bad day. One of those he should have popped in there. And we all do. Bobby, all do. Sometimes you miss 2 or 3 short putts in one round.
It's not for you. It's hit a little spike.
That's right.
Guys,
Never me. I didn't see that.
Man, I've got his stats here. I mean, all in all, from 40 to 49, he's 6 of 8 this year. From 50, which he's not good 50 plus. That's been his career. He's 1 of 6. So no one's expecting anything there. 10 of 11 from 30 to 39, and 9 of 9 from 20 to 29. So, all in all, he's had a pretty good year. Yeah, he's had a few misses, the last couple of games sprinkled in there, but he's still doing a pretty good job.
But he's got a great 2-iron. Okay, I mean, seriously, he's got the leg that can hit the 50 plus. Kick. We've seen it over and over again. Yeah. I've seen him in practice. I've seen him out there pregame. It's just a matter of he's got to get it through his head that again, and this is what Stover always told me, and Bobby, you know this, don't overswing. Don't overswing. Just let it come. Let it happen to you. And I think once he makes a couple, he'll be fine.
And I tell you, I think on the kickoffs, I was a little surprised this year with them moving it up 5 yards. I thought not many teams would return on us. They kick it out of the back of the end zone, and that's one way to protect against your coverage. Don't let them.
But they know our cover team's bad, so they're gonna. But
if he kicks it out of the end zone, they can't bring it out. But he hasn't done that as much as I would think from last year. He led the league,
right.
And moving it up 5 yards just seemed like they've gotten more returns this year.
Still, if you're kicking a 5-8 yards in the end zone, that's pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, you're right. Teams are still returning it. So.
All right. Yeah, we're going to need. That will shorten up as the weather gets bad.
Yeah, we're going to need him for the playoffs. I mean, as the teams get better.
Oh, without a doubt, John.
3 point. I mean, we're going to need to rely on these 50 plus yarders going against the studs of the league here.
John Harbaugh said, by the way, if need be, if Sam Cook had to kick a field goal, or definitely extra point of a field goal, he could do it.
Easily.
Now, he wasn't going to obviously lend on to other teams how far away Sam Cook could do it. Sam Cook's a heck of an athlete. If you don't know, by the way, he played in high school. He played quarterback, middle linebacker, and then did all the kicking duties. He's an unbelievable athlete, so it doesn't surprise me in the least that he could be somewhat effective in a pinch situation.
Did he kick and punt both at Nebraska? He's from Nebraska.
I don't know if he kicked there. I certainly know he punted. He might have kicked in there. I'm not sure about that.
I mean, he's a real football guy. I mean, he gets it. I mean, he wears the uniform and he can actually hit somebody.
Yeah,
and I love kickers and punters that are like football guys. Can actually have a conversation with them about them talking about their nails. Well, where did you go to get your hair done?
Question for you. Now, you had the sheet here. It's good stuff. And this is one of the issues with the Ravens in Indianapolis, that the records the Baltimore Colts and the Indianapolis Colts are melded together. You still hold some records, though, that are in now the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I do this show. I do the radio show on 105.7 in Baltimore. One of my producers pulled the Indianapolis Press Guide. And, I get, kidded a lot about some of the things I say and do, and I kind of said, pull up some of the record books. I'm still in there. Well, I got a lot of records still in this thing. You know, most yardage in a career. Who would think that I ran for 3,406 yards returning kickoffs? How about that? I mean, and in 50-some years, I'm still fourth on their list. You got to get some more.
What else stands out for you?
I mean,
They must have been looking to fill some pages.
Yeah, yeah. There's
And
a
I gotta
lot.
say, hey, look, if you look at him, he still looks like he can run too. We can return some kicks now.
I can run from the bar, Bill. Most return yardage, I'm still 5th or 6th. I got close to 400 yards. Ricky Volk beat me. He's second still with 500.
Who was faster, you or Volk?
Oh, definitely me. Definitely. Here's one for you. Most
We got
fair.
that 30, go ahead,
Okay,
real quick.
most fair catches in a season, in a career, Ricky Volk with 56 on punts. I had 3.
You weren't scared.
Hey, I'm the moron.
Hey, he's still our star right here, number 1 in our books, Bruce Laird. Okay, more of the Ravens Rob Show coming up next on Comcast Beach TV and 93.5 The Beach. Keep it here.
JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.
G&G Outfitters, Inc. is a premier full-service in-house provider of branded merchandise and marketing solutions. With over 20 years of proven experience, G&G continues to successfully produce branded merchandise for some of the world's leading corporations, associations, and teams. From start to finish, G&G Outfitters is your single-source, one-stop partner for promotional products, logoed apparel, and all of your branded needs. For more info on the services and capabilities of G&G, visit ggoutfitters.com or call 301-731-2282.
What's going on?
We're giving Matt the NFL experience of a high-pressure field goal.
Look out! It's terrible, man!
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you can win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Hey, it gets easier. Really? No.
Are you embarrassed to invite people to your home to watch your favorite football team? Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. FlyLady.net is the support you need. Join us and our more than 600,000 members and learn how to crush the clutter and game plan your way through routines that'll help you organize your home and your life. Tackle clutter and get your home game day ready with FlyLady.net.
JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.
Welcome back in the Ravens Live Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens 93.5 The Beach. Wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays across our viewing and listening area. Mike Bradley. We got Bruce Laird, Mr. Record Book Guy, Bobby Vermillion, John Gehrig. Let me ask you, John, you have any records at Lehigh? I'm just off the cuff. I'm throwing that out there.
He came out of the game more than anybody.
Don't get him started, Bob.
You're right.
Nah, maybe chugging beers.
All right, well, a record's still a record no matter what it is, so I got you.
Beer pong, or no, we called it Beirut back then.
Okay, all right. Red Solo Cup and all the good stuff. Guys, AFC North action. We had games in, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, folks, we just have to take care of our own business. I get it. It's great if another team beats Pittsburgh or Cincinnati, but don't count on it. Cleveland, they teased us on Thursday Night Football. 14-3 was the final in that one. But I tell you what, you look at the stats. You look at the stats in this game. Okay, Cleveland had 16 more plays. They were 7-16 on third down, 5 more minutes of possession. They had a pretty solid game all in all. They couldn't score, but they certainly gave Pittsburgh all they could handle and then some.
And that's the issue there. That's the issue that we're seeing. We're seeing parity, which we all know the league loves, because all around the country, everybody has a shot come training camp, and that's what we love. And the league loves it. But what you're really seeing is a lot of bad football. And when you got a guy like, no disrespect, Colt McCoy, Colt McCoy can't beat Pittsburgh. I don't care who he has around him. That guy can't beat Pittsburgh. Orlinsky or whatever that guy was that played for Indianapolis. Orlovsky.
Yeah.
He can't beat the Ravens. I mean, and that's what's happening. When that position, that quarterback position, is that bad, and you see a lot of them, okay? Now, I mean, I don't know, besides Buffalo, which has had a lobotomy, these teams are just...
After he signed a big fat
these teams are just bad football teams.
But I was, in that game, I was sitting here looking at the TV. When Roethlisberger went down, it looked like he was done for the year. He comes back in, he can barely walk, and the next day, Willie McGinnis said this on ESPN. Why were they only rushing 4? Blitz him up the middle. He can't move. He stood back there like a statue. To me, the defensive coordinator for Cleveland.
Yeah, Dick Jauron.
It was ridiculous. I mean,
send it. I guess he thought he could still move in the pocket. Well, not after that.
No, he couldn't move. And he was thrown off his back foot. Certainly, if you put pressure up the middle, he can't go right or left with the ankle. And he sat back there and was able to make some plays and won the game.
You know, Bobby, gut pressure. Send it right up the middle. Do some things. And again, as we all do as fans, you marvel at what you see sometimes. You just go, what are they thinking? And quite frankly, what are they thinking?
John, we get on the Ravens a lot about, lackluster performances against subpar 500 teams, but you look at this game, the Ravens going to Cleveland, they dominated, they took care of business. Pittsburgh went into Cleveland, and they struggled. They only won by 11 points. So, I mean, it happens to other teams, even the Pittsburgh Steelers. It happens.
It's always tough with these division games, and those games, Steelers, Browns, never pretty games. I mean, there were a couple years ago the Browns, I think they only had 3 wins. They actually beat.
They beat them on Thursday night. Yeah,
beat them on a Thursday night game. So, you don't look too much into that. Roethlisberger, he's just we may hate him, but he's just a stud. It's the way he is. He goes out and wins games. He's like Tebow. I mean, he wins a lot of games.
Yeah, I think the key there, too, is you brought the point. Both Kansas City and Cleveland, they didn't play well, but they won both of those games.
Right. I mean, they're still
hanging in
there. But
here,
they struggled against teams that are not very good, and we've had our issues, too. So it happens not just to the Ravens. Big Pittsburgh news, Harrison is going to appeal, but he'll probably lose. He's going to be out of the game against the 49ers.
My call, I said it on
you did.
On Monday night. I said they're definitely going to have to give him one game, and they will, and the appeal will go in, and it will be denied. He will sit out one game.
And look, I don't know.
So
all you Steelers fans out there, please don't try to justify what James Harrison did. He's a repeat offender, and more importantly, Bruce, there's no reason he has to hit him with his helmet in that situation. He had all the time in the world to lower and use his shoulder and not his helmet.
That's what the league's
He chose to go with his face first and go helmet to helmet with Colt McCoy, laid the guy out. All he had to do was go a little bit lower, hit him in the strike zone, and it's a good, solid hit, and he chose to lead with his helmet.
Ray Lewis, a perfect tackler. I mean, his hit on Hines where he uses his shoulder. I mean, you don't need to be dirty. I mean, no matter what, you don't leave the
Dustin Keller was a great hit too.
Dustin Keller. Well, so Ray is a perfect form tackler, and you can pop people by being a good tackler.
Just can't hit him with your helmet.
You hit him with your helmet and in the other guy's helmet.
Not in the other guy's helmet.
And John and everybody else.
It was like a double, triple whammy. He hit him with his helmet on the other guy's helmet. And he was the quarterback.
Everybody understands now that quarterback, and I don't want to say has a skirt on because I don't want to, dog the great female athletes that are out there. But that's the way the league perceives it. And if that quarterback is out there and not a running back, not past the line of scrimmage, you have a strike zone. And if you take it up over the shoulder pads or down below the knees, they will flag you, and they will flag you, and they will flag you, and they will flag you. And that's it.
And Bruce, it probably didn't help that he made some, kind of outside comments against the commissioner earlier in the magazine article.
But bottom line, Pittsburgh loses Cincinnati despite the fact that Houston has 4 turnovers. They lose to a third-string quarterback. Cincinnati loses. Their wild card hopes are, vanquishing. More of the Ravens Wrap Show. We'll preview the Chargers game coming up. Keep it here.
Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.